So our live classes, for people that don't know, we hold live group Zoom classes, once every week, couple weeks, three, they're kind of scattered around the schedule. They're open to everyone and they're on different topical, different thing. Anyone can join. You just sign up at guitarcollege.com/live classes and then you're in the group Zoom lesson with everyone. And last night's class was focused on the song Wave.
Yeah, Wave is a difficult tune in some respects, easy in others. But it's a fun song. It uses diminished a lot. Your diminished chops, it would be helpful to get that together to play the song. It's not, but and so what I did with the tune is I took the hard parts and focused just on 2 or 3 measures, sometimes 4, and we just drilled them over and over and over. I created several tracks, about 10 tracks for the lesson, so that we just take this one track of. Because that is part of that song. B flat 7, A flat 7, D minor. And so we try to really just focus in on that. What happens when guys play Wave? It's pretty simple in the beginning because it's D minor to G, D minor to G, blah, 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 which is like playing Evil Ways or many other tunes that just do that. That's pretty easy. And then it goes into this major chord. Well, that's not so bad. But now we get into a diminished chord. And then we start playing 2 5-1s. And then it goes off in this tangent of. And if you want to follow those chords in your soloing, it takes a little bit of practice. And so I tried to show some ideas that we could do that. So we isolate those particular difficult measures and just really drill them. And that'll make a difference in your playing. Most guys, and myself included, you start playing a tune and you're okay for a minute. And then comes the real hard part. And then you crash and burn. So what we try to do with the live class is to start right away focusing on that.
So yeah, so the live class is done. The cool thing about them is that they you get you get a recording of the class right after it's done. And then last night I was actually able to make a course out of the class. So anyone who went to the class last night should have gotten an email that gives you access to this course, and everything we did last night is all broken up into all the different sections. So it's really nice and organized. So that's part of the $44 that it costs to join these live classes. So if you're interested, go to guitarcollege.com/live classes and then book a slot at our next one. However, if you do want to buy that Wave class, it is for sale at guitarcollege.com/store. So just go to that site and then click on it, and you're able to buy it right now, $44. So same price as the live class. So, but cooler if you do the live class, because then you're here live, you can ask questions and stuff, and then you'll get that course anyway. So great deal for you.
Right, and we've done several of these live classes, and I think they're really great. I wish I was able to attend one a long time ago.
Here, let's stay
okay.
focused.
Why don't you drag down that one PDF, part 1? Why don't we start with that? We're just talking about B flat 7, A7, D minor. Now that particular progression happens in, I don't know, a billion songs. a lot of songs, okay? And really that B flat 7 is actually a flat 5 substitution for E7. So if you think of it that way, there's several scale choices that you can make for that in several little licks. Now, the beauty of it is, if you look at that, you call that E7, right? It's a flat, they share the same tritone. And then comes A7. All right, so there's whatever that is a fourth above. So, in other words, here's E, here's A. Whatever I play for the E, 4 little notes, whatever it could be, maybe it's something like now that's directly out of the it's out of the altered dominant natural 5 scale I like to use. Okay, well that's E. Therefore, A would be. So now when this chord comes up, and then, and its resolution to D minor. Wow. So if I can just think of 4 little notes for this, or then I get the sound of, hear it? So there's a skill set that is very beneficial for you to start working on, and that is to take a tiny phrase and learn to play it a fourth above. A phrase off an altered dominant chord. Play it a fourth above, and then you're going to get a beautiful resolution. And then resolve the lick, okay? But do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you can see that. If I have a lick that goes, so I started on the flat 7 up to the 3rd of E, starting a flat 7 at A. You hear it? Now here's the crazy thing about all this. Even if I have a D minor chord, think about this. Let's say Count Basie's got a D minor going. The rhythm section's D minor. Now what is the sax section doing? Sax section is playing lines, okay? But their lines are not necessarily round D minor. They're not. They're backcycling, which would sound like this instead of. So anything I do melodically or harmonically, I can do melodically. So in other words, Freddie Green's going, the bass player's vamping on D minor, but the chords that are being outlined are so that's backcycling from D minor to A7, E7, E7, A7, D minor. So that particular skill set of learning to do that, and then also develop that in your lines. So when even the chord is D minor. Let's go. Okay. You understand? So if you're ever stuck for something to play, start thinking of backcycling. And that's a skill set that takes a while to learn, but be able to play a phrase, move it up a fourth, it's mind-boggling. All right, so on that particular PDF, if you want to bring that back up again, Wes, I have several examples of that, you see. So anyway, so I also have, and I might as well do it, I also have a track that just focuses on that particular progression. So let me show you that. So the track is just B flat 7. And then it goes D minor to G. So all right. So that is one segment of Wave that I think is really important. When a skilled player, a skilled improviser will nail those changes, not just skim over them. So I think that's one of the benefits. And we do that with several of the chord changes in Wave. So that particular class is all about soloing over the tune. And of course, Wave is like many, many other songs that have similar type progressions. Okay, it's not just Wave, it's a ton of other tunes. That song I just played, Bernie's tune. It's got that B flat to A7 in it. Right?
So yeah, if you want the course, go check it out at guitarcollege.com/store, and there's a bunch of other stuff in here as well, but it's Wave soloing strategies and application right here for you. One cool thing about it, there's 9 practice tracks that come with it. Yeah. So you have plenty of ways to practice, so even in it, just focus on those individual parts, so you can really get them down. So everything you need to know about it right here on the website, and hopefully you guys get it and enjoy it.
Yeah. Shall we play Wave then now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, let's hear some of these 4-note things you got going.
Oh, crap. Check this, that lick also sounds good here. Up a fourth. 37. Drummer didn't get the cue. All right, so that was Wave, and I also have that track with the class, and a track a lot slower as well. Yeah, that's a great tune, great song to have under your belt. Everybody plays it. It's really good to have that down. So, it's a deep dive into the song. And I'll tell you what, that's what it takes sometimes. But then the next song you play, you'll start seeing some similarities, and you'll be able to borrow from what you learned on there and do it somewhere else.